Chandler?
You're a liar. Huh?
What do they call you? Mr. Chandler?
Mr. Chandler.
Mr. Chandler.
These kids are all gonna talk about
Or
you.
Mr. Chan Chan. Or...
No one calls you
You
Chan
haven't
Chan.
called
Don't make
you
that up.
Chan
Yes, they do. They call
Childhood
you. Yes, they do. You're
They
a liar.
called you Chandler?
You're a liar.
Yeah. They don't call me by my last name.
How old are they again? These are small kids, right? Or...
The kids I work
All
with,
kids are small, honey.
the kids I work with are
Right.
like grade age, so it's like kindergarten to 5th grade. It's
that's a really big range, actually.
it's because I work with
developmentally.
it's because I work with like the after school program, so it's all the kids that come after public school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, and then when I get them the full day, it's because it's like holidays or something. And then during the day, sometimes I work with just different. I work with the other.
I don't know if
groups.
this happens with you, but I know since you and me work with kids, this definitely happens with me. Like on Monday, I'll do the routine, whatever, go home, come back on Tuesday, and then all the kids are like, "Oh my God, Mr. Daniel! Oh my God!" I'm like, "You literally just saw me yesterday. Calm down, relax."
They like
They
you.
love you.
No, I don't like it.
Wow.
Sit the fuck down. I don't want that energy. I don't want that attention on
Wow.
me.
Wow.
He's just saying that to try to be cool here.
Yeah.
We
I
close
know.
the
He
door.
likes
Shut the
that.
fuck
He
up,
loves
Chandler.
that.
We close the door.
He giggles
Shut the
and by
fuck
himself
up,
when
Chandler.
He goes and he's like, "Hey guys!"
He's
Oh!
too cool.
He's like,
I wish I did this.
She gets mad
Hey,
if they don't
guys.
greet him like that.
I wish I did that.
Oh,
I
man.
wish I had that bubbly, sunshiny
bubbly-
personality.
Well,
You're just like a
I
dark
like that
void.
text you sent this morning when you were like, "It's too early for all this joy."
For all this joy. Yeah. I was not having it this
It
morning.
wasn't even that early.
I
It
was
like
so
9-something in the
warm.
morning.
I was so warm. I was so comfy. I'm like, God, I gotta get out of this bed. I gotta get my stuff ready. I gotta go drive to Huntsville and see these ungrateful pieces of shit.
he says that, and then I literally do everything for him.
But
Okay, look, you don't have to put me on blast like that. Okay, we're recording now.
Welcome back.
Oh, shit.
Hello.
I'm glad to be back. We were just talking on the way in here
About?
a lovely Daniel and Dominique. We're talking, or Dom. Sorry, we're talking.
No,
about,
me and Dom.
No,
What?
You,
Dom and
I
Dom?
said Daniel.
No,
I
you
was
said
talking to
Daniel and
myself.
Dom. No, wait, just Dom.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
no, because
Dom
you said
br-
Dominique at first, and he was
Yeah, so
clarifying.
he
Hey,
meant to
hey,
say
I'm
Dom.
the one who initiated this conversation. Me.
Okay, either way, Dom, what would you like to talk about?
Me? Well,
you brought
what
it
did
up.
Daniel say?
No, apparently what you said.
No, I mean,
The TikTok
it was
thing?
this. This was all you.
Oh, so now it was me.
It
Because
was
at
you.
first you said it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't.
It was him.
I'm
It
leaving.
was?
Goodbye.
Maybe it
him.
was you.
Where am I?
I don't know.
He
Who
came
are
up
you?
with it.
Where is this?
Where am I?
When is this?
When is this? What a douchebag time traveler thing
That's
to
such a
say.
douchebag time traveler thing to say.
Yeah. So, what were you guys talking about?
I was saying that, you know, relative to music, just because everyone has an Apple MacBook and everyone can have a guitar and a fucking ukulele and a drum pad, just because everyone can make music doesn't mean everybody should, okay?
Why?
There's a lot of good independent music out there, like people who weren't, you know, were making music just in their bedroom, like Billie Eilish is one I
Right.
know for her. I just know that she did that. I'm sure there are a lot of
He
others.
only watches Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I just love her
That's
so
it.
much. No.
He only gets on TikTok and he watches 30 seconds of Billie Eilish being hot.
Yeah,
That's the
basically.
thing.
Well,
Yeah,
Daniel,
basically.
actually, I don't know if I agree with you on that, but I just want you to finish your thought first before I say something.
So, I think that, like, just because everyone has the ability to make music doesn't mean that you should. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that...
Why?
Why?
I think I see what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying, but I want to know, like, what do you mean by they should? Because
They
what
shouldn't?
do you mean by they shouldn't make music? Before I say something, because I just
Well,
want to
why
know.
don't you go ahead?
Okay, well, for me, I think music is an art form. And,
Yeah.
you know, anybody can do art. They don't have to be told that they should or shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if maybe you have the problem with people, like, putting it out there to maybe try to, like, make money off of it. Is that what you don't like? Because
No.
even then, art is up to interpretation. So, of course, there are going to be people who don't like it and people
Right.
who like it.
Right.
Yeah,
So I feel like if you wanna
Gucci
make
Gang
music-
was a masterpiece.
Right.
And
See,
people
I don't
like
think so.
that. Like, people like it for some reason.
But then again, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying to Dominique in the other... Dom in the other
like,
other
people
room.
should be able to make their art.
Well, that's what I was
People
saying.
like
I told
it,
you
then
we
it's
need
better.
new names.
so-
Number 2.
No.
So Dom was telling me about showing me this. I don't know who it was, but she showed me the song, and I said the music sounds great, but I don't really like the lyrics and the voice behind the vocals.
Right.
I don't think they were trying to make it sound like a.
Were you talking about a
regular
specific
song.
artist?
It was a song. Let me look it up real quick.
Way to put you on the spot here, Dom.
Yeah, it's called "I Really Loved You" by Hello Yellow, and I think I love that song.
And so she loves that song, so that's great.
Uh-huh.
If she likes it, go for it.
I like it because it's different and it doesn't like fit into the regular norms of a song, like chorus and like all of this, and like the melody of what he's singing is like really contradicting the instrumentals. So I think that's really
It's
nice.
different.
It's different.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I like
Maybe
it.
I'm just more traditional in the sense, and you can't really say this, or at least I can't really say this about like everything else because it's art,
Yeah.
like you said. But in the same thing, like just because everyone can paint doesn't mean everybody should
Paint.
I think they
But then again,
can.
But then again, it's different because it's art. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And there's no right or wrong
Wait,
way
so
to do art.
do you think that music is not an art form?
No, I definitely think it is. Absolutely, 100%.
Well, even it doesn't even have to be music. Like you were talking about the paint thing, all because you said just because people can, they don't.
Well, I was going to say
doesn't
something
mean
like
what do you mean?
I was going to say something like
'Cause if
you know,
can
everybody
do
can go
what
be
you
a
want.
mechanic. Not everybody
Yeah.
should. But then again, that's not art.
Yeah, it's not really.
You know what I mean? I was going to say. Well, hey,
You don't understand. I can fix this muffler.
Like you create art if you want to. You create it for yourself, and if other people like
Yeah.
it, people put out their art because they want to see
What
what
I
people
do
like
in
about
the
it.
car
Or what
is a masterpiece.
people
Hey,
put out
that-
their
that's
art
a very
because they
good-
want to see what
Right.
other people think about it. Some people like it, some people don't.
Right.
Like
And
it.
it's
But I don't-
therapeutic for some
like I said
people.
before, I think people can do. If
I
they
guess
wanna
maybe-
paint, if they want to make music.
Right. I guess
like
I
art,
guess
artistically speaking, you should be
Right.
able to create whatever art you want.
No, absolutely.
Yeah! Slap that!
What? What just happened?
Like, I just wonder, like,
No.
what your point
She
is.
fucking fired
She really did fire at you.
She's like, get the fuck out of
Is this? Are we going to revert back to the time where no one let me speak?
here! We're missing you with this bullshit.
Yo, bro.
There was a
You have
time.
to say, Daniel.
There was a
I love how
time-
we were just like watching this happen.
There was a time when neither of these people let me speak, ever.
I don't
Fuck you.
remember
I
that
heard you
personally.
come more-
I
come more
don't.
assertive.
That's a lie.
That is a lie.
It's not
Fake
okay.
news.
Fake news.
It's fake
Show-
news.
Show me the
Fake
article.
news.
It's show me the evidence. Show me the statistics. I guess my main point is when something becomes oversaturated, I guess it feels. I don't know. It feels like messy to me. Maybe it's just a personal thing, but like I feel like when things become oversaturated, it kind of turns me off personally.
What do you mean oversaturated?
That's a fair point because I will say, all right, there's when
Thank you, Jesus.
because I will say the part about the oversaturation part. Meaning,
What do y'all mean by oversaturated?
I think
I'm
he-
trying to think of another example.
Yeah, I think what he means by that is so rap music, for example, if you like constantly have the same genre and you guys are repeating out the same music over and over and over again, it's gonna get stale, right? And so like you gotta change it up, and I think that's a fair point that a lot of new artists that are coming out are
changing it up, changing up the game.
That's not a bad
I
thing.
would say that they're changing up the game, yes, but then there's a couple of artists that are like just repeating the same bullshit. and
That's
it's like
that's what I
nobody-
was. That's a very
And
good
it's
point.
like nobody wants to fucking hear
So
this.
if you're
anymore.
I'll
talking-
equate it to this. Okay?
Okay.
Do you remember when like in like the early 2010s when like YouTube and being like the gamer on YouTube was a big thing, and you only had like
Yeah.
5 or 6 major
Now
people.
everyone's a
now
gamer.
everybody does it, and it's not as fun to watch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because everybody does it.
Okay, I
Or
kind
you
of get
wanna-
it.
You know what I mean? But there's a difference if you do it as opposed to Dominique doing it, and you do it in a different way, and you're filling in the gaps
Yeah.
that she's not doing.
Okay.
It.
I think
Like if
That's
I just do
different.
it just for fucks, giggles.
But if you do
Yeah.
it the same exact way that Chandler does it, there's nothing different between you two.
Yeah,
So
I
it kind of
think
makes
the
it a little
argument-
oversaturated to me.
Or I think the main topic about this is I think people have to start like branching out. We can't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. We got to try new things.
Like in essence, you have to do you.
I think I kind of see where you were
You know-
where you were coming from, Daniel.
Sort
I think
of.
because I was
Yeah.
thinking of it in a different way. I was thinking of it in a more broader sense, maybe.
Like
'cause I
you're
was
allowed
thinking,
to or
like
whatever.
art, like in
Yeah.
a broad sense.
Oh, no, yeah.
Music, not just like pop, rock,
All right.
but like different kinds
You
of
mean
music.
like not
Like,
everybody should release it?
So I think
No,
I know
you
what
can release
mean.
it. I just think that like if you do it, I think you should put your own spin on it and not follow. It's like in other words, make the music that you're not hearing on the radio.
I think I see what
Make
you
the
mean.
music that you want to hear that no one else is making.
Like you mean like don't
True.
just make stuff for the sake of it, just because.
Yeah.
Just because you heard something on like TikTok and you're like, oh, I want to make something exactly like that. Let me go make it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
True, but I will say, I mean, though.
But
like,
if there's an audience for that, then
yeah,
fuck.
I was
mean,
gonna,
hey,
Yeah,
I was
there
gonna
is.
say, I was like, clearly people listen to
That's
it,
what yeah.
and like, it's not that there aren't people that aren't in the mindset of us, like, oh, we're tired of hearing the same shit every single time, but it sells because it's a marketing, it's
Yeah.
a palatable thing to digest. It's easier to just keep listening to the same thing over and over and over again because people don't like change, is what I'm saying. It's the argument with like, okay, for example, like fucking Linkin Park or whatever, right? Where people will be like, oh, I still only like Hybrid Theory. It's like, okay, well, people can fucking grow. Like you want them to play the same shit over and over and over again. Really? Yeah,
that's
people
another
do.
thing.
Really
I
do.
wanted to talk about how bands have changed their sound.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always the people who liked the band before who have a problem with their newer things, and it's just like, well, is the band maybe like not making music for your like generation as much anymore, or that group? Because I was watching a video somewhere on YouTube. A guy was talking about the things that are popular now. They're popular because of the young people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like things change over time. So you can't play the same things you played like 10, 20 years ago. Maybe it'll be, fine for the people who are older or who are the young people back then.
Yeah.
They still like that stuff, but you got to evolve your music
with the generation.
I think that there is something to that. I think it's very important to evolve musically and try different things, like incorporating different instruments or different sounds or different genres. I'm all for that. But I definitely think the argument for that is kind of still holding on to a little bit of the past while not completely letting go of it, but not completely, just engulfing yourself in that one style. You know what I mean?
of course.
Yeah. That's kind of my problem.
Because I think that there are some
metal
people.
fans.
Well, I think there are some people who do that thing in the beginning, like Linkin Park. I'm going to use them as an example. Who they do the more hard rock, Meteora thing, and then they completely switch to something completely different while letting go of the Meteora early albums. And then I think that's when people have sort of a disconnect.
Yeah, but I think we have to start being cool with people doing new shit. You don't have to like it, sure, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna go back to that old.
No, I think people should try different shit.
Yeah.
I think it comes back to like it just being an art form.
You're not 15 anymore.
Yeah.
Grow the fuck up,
It's gonna change,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Like, and obviously, like there are people who like that stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's really up to interpretation. That's what art is.
That's why metal fans are the worst.
Yeah,
They
I
suck.
hate metal fans.
Pretty much, dude.
Is that gonna be our running gag? How bad metal fans are?
As Dom stares at me while she says that, yeah.
Because they suck. Because they suck. That's why.
I wouldn't say I'm your average metal fan, though.
Because he's a bitch.
I mean,
Daniel.
for one, you're young.
Ooh. Wait.
That wasn't a dig on Daniel.
Okay. This isn't a knife going into your chest, Chandler, but it is.
Yeah, I'd rather have that.
No,
than
Then
but
a
someone
last
you
jerk.
know- 'cause
Then
you know-
on the last podcast,
Yeah.
someone jerking off in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Metal is not as popular as it was before. The people who liked it, who were the young people back then, they're older now. So
Yeah.
When people like metal, metal.
Why
can
do
I
you-
think
exist,
you're an
of
old
course,
soul,
but
Daniel.
Okay.
That's definitely true.
Okay, I'd like to hear this from Daniel.
You're
Oh,
not,
shit.
you don't have
Why?
weird.
Why do
Why?
you...
Hold on. I have a question before you ask this. Why is everyone ganging up on me?
I don't know. I think it's just because, like, you're
I'm
kind
not
of cute.
hanging up.
Oh, real? Oh,
Yeah.
you want to get a beer after this?
Sure.
Can I come?
No.
Well, fuck
Fuck.
it, I'm coming. I don't give a fuck. I wasn't
Coming
asking
whether
you.
want to. Oh, okay.
Why do you think that rock music is not all over mainstream media as much as it was in the early 2000s?
Because
I think it was kind of like, you know how
Daniel.
people go through phases?
I know we got the king.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Daniel.
I want to hear
Yeah.
Daniel first.
Well, I kind of wanted to think about it for a minute. One,
Gotta raise our hands.
I think it definitely has something to do
Share
with
the
what
talking stick.
it definitely has something to do with what you mentioned before and what you've mentioned to me in the past. Not on a podcast, but
Yeah.
the fact that like I'll say just like an older band like Judas Priest or Iron Maiden. Okay, when you see these big like festivals in Germany, those bands are headlining
All the
those
time.
festivals, and that it shouldn't be that way. And the bands like
The older bands, you're saying they have.
yeah. The older bands from like the 80s and the 70s, which are still good.
But you've had your time.
But you have to
Yeah.
let, and he's definitely helped me evolve my way of thinking in that. I love seeing Slipknot. Okay, I really do. But I do think it would be awesome to see like Parkway Drive to headline a big festival like that.
Of course.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To have more of those what is the side stage bands be on the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of in the sense that like with NHL hockey players, you have to let other You want to turn off your phone, sir, in the process
Finn
of doing.
McKenzie made a video about this, about why rock is dying and such. It's because it's only like it's sticking too much to the past. It's only making.
Well, and not even that,
content
but
for
you're
its
also not
older-
letting other
the newer
bands,
people come
the newer bands, like grow from what they're doing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like I was saying, like the NHL hockey players, you have to let like new NHL hockey players play
Yeah.
with older NHL hockey players to like learn and develop and grow more.
And I think that's why other genres, or at least I'll say rap music, 'cause that's mostly what's out right now, is that's why they continue to keep being mainstream. Of course, everybody likes the old artists. Of course, everybody likes Eminem and Tupac and any other old 50 Cent or
Yeah.
fucking Lil Wayne or whoever the fuck.
It's like the majority of the rap I listen to.
But they are very open to just new people coming out and being new. Whereas, like, okay, I get it, bro. I love Foo Fighters. I love Slipknot. I don't care what Corey Taylor has to say anymore. You've done it already. Can I please hear someone new? Please? Just fucking once. I don't care anymore what Corey Taylor has to say.
Corey Taylor is a god and a gift to humanity. You shut your mouth.
No, I don't. I'm sure he is, but I could care less now. I need the Antichrist. Somebody new.
Okay.
Someone new. That's
Somebody
it.
new.
The Antichrist.
And it's just true. It's like if we can continue, and I think that has everything to do with the fan base themselves. I think the fan base themselves, like rock fan base, are not ready for people to move on and change. And it's like dude, it's gonna happen. Just let it be. Because I tell you what, most things just circle themselves anyways. I'm sure that you might get some newer shit. You might hear some weird shit that you might not like. Just give it a couple years, man. They'll come back. That's why I was saying at the last podcast about the rappers or like Machine Gun Kelly doing this pop punk album, right? It's weird for people because he's a rapper, right? It might be like that for a little bit where these rap artists that are turned like emo rap, then turned rock, it'll be like these younger audiences creating these rap rock like songs. At least in my opinion, that's what I think is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then give it like a year or two and it will go right back to what it was in the early 2000s. It'll go back. It'll circle around. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it would for sure go back to the way it was in the 2000s. I feel like it might be a little different.
Oh yeah, everything's always a little different, but I think that we will get that sound, or at least get some sort of vibe of like, yeah, this is rock music.
Yeah, like
and
the
mainstream
this
video.
is what I used to listen to, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's fine. I think having new rock music be out, and I want to see new bands on MTV. I want to see new.
By the way, MTV does not play music videos anymore. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. That sucks too.
They don't even do MTV2 anymore. They don't even show music
Yeah.
on that one either.
I want to see new bands out in mainstream media. And I think the other thing is I got this from a video, is that like we've also got to let our musician bands be rock stars again. You know, everybody likes Corey Taylor and everybody likes fucking Dave Grohl and everybody likes artists of that caliber because they still live a rock star life. They're very much rock stars, even though they're both old as shit and don't fucking do much anymore.
I was gonna say, what do you think they do nowadays?
Nothing, except they just give off that rock star persona, whereas a lot of these new artists, they're very like, at least I've seen in a couple of interviews of
You would say it's like amateur, maybe?
not so much amateur, or more they're just very timid and very scared to fucking say anything that's gonna piss anyone off.
That's yeah.
Whereas people like Dave Grohl and Corey Taylor, which are the only two I can think of at this moment, like, they're not afraid to say shit because they're fucking rock stars first. So they don't give a fuck. They're gonna go on this interview and they're gonna say whatever the fuck they feel like.
I think it's
Can you give me an
because-
example
Of what?
of something like they would say as opposed to something like that?
They came up at a different time. Like they don't have the whole like Twitter.
I can't think of a
you know,
specific example, but I will say that I think that if you're watching a lot of those interviews with them, they're not afraid to talk about politics or things that might, let's not even say politics, let's just say things that might,
Culture,
things that might be considered taboo or controversial to talk about. Whereas right now, a lot of people are very afraid.
Do you think that just the younger generation of like rock stars need to just grow a pair?
I think it's because
Yeah. just be
No, I agree with you.
just grow a pair? It's fine. You're gonna have people that hate you and they're gonna treat you like shit. Or then again, I could be dead fucking wrong, and they already are doing this. We've just suppressed them so much that
the older
we're never gonna
artists,
hear it.
They didn't like grow up with this mentality of their career could like be over somebody canceling them.
That's
on social
very true.
media.
Yes.
They could, of course people are gonna have problems with things they said. Like back then, they didn't have the whole social media thing, but they didn't have that in the back of their mind. Like I really have to watch what I say because otherwise, something could come out on.
That's a
social
very
media
good point.
Video and,
Yeah.
so the younger artists, they have to like really think
Watch
about
everything, yeah.
how they're coming across.
So do you think that they should
on-
just grow a pair, or do you think that they should still be cautious?
Dominic, you
I
go first.
think-
Dominic, you go first.
Honestly, I think you really have to adapt to the time.
Mhm.
Like I'm not saying they need to. I'm not saying that they're too timid and they need to like grow a pair or whatever. But at the same time, I think they do have to be cautious and aware of the time that they're in right now. Like everything you do is on the internet, and you could be canceled.
Immediately.
Hashtag, with all this stuff.
Immediately.
They have to worry about that type of stuff if they want to have a career. Like that's just how it is. Like
Yeah.
if they could be like they don't care and then just say whatever they want, but that might not work as much now. Like back then they'd be badass. Maybe then now too, but they have this other thing to have to consider.
Right.
Dom, go.
Not that they have to, but it's
Right.
there. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't think they have to like grow a pair per se. I think it's kind of good that we're seeing nowadays what people are like.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with them being not unless it's like a minor issue. I don't think it's bad for them to get canceled.
Yeah.
Because
they
now
deserve
now we see their
you're-
true colors.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. I do think sometimes the cancel culture goes a little bit too extreme.
Where do you think
I'm just gonna
that-
keep my mouth shut.
SJW.
Huh?
Where do you guys think it goes overboard on?
I think that when things have happened in the past, I've seen this with a lot of YouTubers, like Shane Dawson, for example,
Mhm.
right? I don't really like him anyways, mostly because he's a fake, or to me, he seems very fake,
Mhm.
But
Like most things.
look, whatever was said in the early 2000s was said, and sure, but people can grow,
Yeah.
and I don't think, I don't know, maybe I guess I just don't understand when does it become too far away in time to where it happened and it is what it is, right?
Well, I don't think that.
And-
I think that's the mentality of cancel culture. Is there is no. You could have said it 50 years ago. We're still going to cancel you now.
True, but then
But
why
I do think people change. People
Well,
do
no,
learn.
people-
Yeah, but then
That's the thing.
why do we allow people like the fucking Kardashians to get famous off a sex tape and still thrive, right? Like where I'm just saying that if this is where I have a problem with it is when you don't apply it to everyone. You're
when
just
we start
when you
picking
start
around who-
nitpicking people,
Yeah.
and that's what I feel like it's become. Where sure, I'm not saying people shouldn't be called out for the shit they do. They should absolutely.
Yeah.
If you say some racist shit, motherfucker, I'm calling you out immediately. But like I do think that sometimes we choose easy targets or people that we can easily rally behind to fucking hate.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, it's not like some of these fucking celebrities haven't done bad shit too, but you're not saying something about fucking them.
Well, my thing is we've all done things that we're not proud of, and we've all said things we're not proud of, and I do believe people grow, especially just from last week to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think the fact that you're going to try to hold somebody accountable 20 years ago that they said that maybe might have been acceptable back then.
Mhm.
I think of a certain, like a joke that might have been acceptable 20 years ago
That
that
you
may
could
not
not
be
say
acceptable
now.
now.
Even
Yeah.
You
like
know?
10, not even
Not
15
even-
years ago, like The Office,
Right.
like even what's his name, the main actor from that show.
Steve Carell.
Yeah, even he said that show wouldn't work now, and that was like 10.
No,
years
that
ago.
show would not survive in today's climate.
What's
It
that
would
movie,
not.
Tropic Thunder? That would never get made today.
Fuck no.
Ever.
I never
Fuck
saw it, but I
no.
heard about
It's
it.
real funny.
Tropic
know,
Thunder,
like-
is that the one with
It's got a lot of good actors in it.
Robert Downey
Robert Downey Jr.?
Jack
Yeah.
Black.
But
Ben
Robert
Stiller.
Downey Jr. did blackface in it, and it was like, what the
It was,
fuck?
yeah.
See, like,
it would be
I-
hella controversial.
I don't have a problem with that. It's just me personally, because it's. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, that movie couldn't be made today.
Is it true that was supposed to be like
I think it's
It's
a
like a-
joke? Like
it-
you
no,
weren't
yeah.
seriously doing blackface, but they were like making a
No,
joke out of
it kind of
what's
is, yeah.
yeah,
What's
it's
the
supposed
word for that?
it's supposed to be a
Satire.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah,
a
it is very
satirical
satire.
comedy on how people use blackface in movies and how fucking stupid it was and terrible, obviously.
It's very satire.
Yeah, I don't know. Why can't we make another Jackass?
Apparently, they were. I had heard something about Steve-O and Knoxville talking about making another one.
Yeah,
But they're fucking like 50.
They're old, but
There's
then,
no way in fuck they're gonna make another one.
But then the problem is too, is they've always said it, is that they would only make it if Bam got off of drugs, and clearly he keeps going fucking back onto it.
I thought he was doing good. Last time I saw him, he was skateboarding and.
I don't know. I haven't heard from him in like a
Bam's
couple
been
of
going through
years.
a lot of shit.
And then he was on Dr. Phil, which was kind of weird.
Now, son, I don't think you.
I don't think you should be doing these drugs. Well, catch me outside, bitch.
Oh my god! Now that's somebody who should not have gotten famous.
Dude,
See, that's the thing. Like, why do we allow someone that's fucking stupid to become famous?
Like, I'm sure she's
You know what I
talented,
think it is?
but
Please
she
tell
got
me.
famous out of a weird.
Please tell me your excuse.
You know what I
Please
think
tell
it
me your
is?
excuse why you think she should be famous. Let's just not acknowledge that at all. Just don't talk about it. Nobody say a word.
I was recording and I hit the stop button on record. It doesn't really
They
matter.
all
It's okay.
stopped
No, it's
arguing
okay.
and then continued arguing.
Please give me the excuse why you think she should be famous. Go.
Oh, the excuse as to why she should be famous?
I don't know why, but you just always play devil's advocate to everything I say. Go.
Oh no, I don't think she should have been famous.
Oh, thank fucking
What I was
Christ.
gonna say
I would have
is-
killed you right here.
What
right
I was
now.
gonna say is the reason I think why a lot of these crazy people are coming out is because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
No, it's
I
definitely
And-
entertaining.
And I think that they are the like newer version of what the Kardashians were.
Do you think that we as people have become so stupid that we're like, catch me outside? How about that? We're like,
No,
I don't know about that.
I don't know if it's that. I just think
because
that-
it's entertaining.
I think we've just become like I think I said this a while back where like we've gotten to a point as people where we've just become very numb to a lot of bad shit that's happened in the world that I think anything at this point is funnier than nothing. It doesn't matter what it is.
Well, I think that's true just in general.
It doesn't matter what it is, but we've just kind of
Don't put it back over there and don't hit the stop button.
I'm gonna hit the stop button. I just think that people.
He's gonna hit it again. I swear to God.
I think people have just become very yeah, that's funny. Everything's become funny, and it's mostly because I think people are just kind of like.
I think
yeah,
everything should be funny.
I think people have just become very dead inside about the world, and everybody's now
Way to
just
take
like,
us to a depressing place.
everybody's just like, yeah, that's funny, cool, yeah,
Let's go for
this happened.
I'm for it. I think everything should be allowed. Nothing is off the table.
Everything is on the table.
Absolutely.
We're on a desk, but everything is on the table.
Yeah, everything is on the
On the
desk
desk.
table.
I know.
Yeah, it's a very different time we're living in.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we didn't have it. No,
Daniel, you're 20.
21. You
You're
ass.
21.
He's a bitch.
Okay, yeah, I'm 21.
Daniel's 21. He can drink now.
You can't.
I could have drunk when I was 18.
He could have drunk.
I could have had a drink or a drunk when I had a drink.
I could have had a
I swear to
I've never drank a drunk in my life.
I swear to drunk, I'm not God.
Officer. If in my defense, I'm gonna start by saying I'm a Christian.
If someone used that on
No,
me,
that was a joke from Kevin Hart. So funny, very funny.
was it? It wasn't funny when you said it.
Obviously not. It's because that's why you laughed, right?
Yeah, it's because you suck.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we just?
It's not what your
can
mom
we-
said last
Can we
night.
just spend like the next 30 minutes just talking about why Daniel sucks?
All right, go.
Okay, well, first
Dude, I hate
off,
Daniel so much.
his hair.
His hair. Does he even realize the time we live in? What?
Actually, you know what we should talk about? That'd be kind of cool.
Your mom.
We should talk about how we all met and how Dog's Tale came to be.
Okay. One day I was getting raped in an alley.
I was raping him.
Okay.
Dom was raping me.
I guess we could start. We'll talk about it. Fuck it. So
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
So
Fuck it.
I met Daniel first, right?
Mm-hmm. We met at my house.
Yeah, we met at Daniel's house. There was another lead singer named Draco. Shout
Oh,
out to
yes.
Shout out to Draco. If you're
Draco,
listening.
I guess. Shout him out.
Dick.
I don't know.
Anywho,
So me and Chandler met at my house.
on Craigslist.
Yeah, very safe.
It was
by the way.
Craigslist.
Well, we had another singer in an old band called The Drive, and then I met
Shout out to The Drive.
Drive. Yeah, shout out to The Drive.
Shout out
Follow
to
us.
everybody.
Shout out to the world. Shout out to Asia. Shout out to Africa.
Shout out to the
Shout out
aliens.
to everybody.
Shout out to the people outside my place.
Except Draco.
Hey, shout out to everyone but you, Steve. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Fuck you. And then like a bunch of Steves all around the world that are
Hey.
listening to this. What the fuck did I do?
How did they know I was here?
How do they know?
Anyways,
And so then we met, and then
Yeah,
we had
I'm
a
here.
good,
No,
we had a very good chemistry. I think you and I did
from the start,
very from the start. Well,
Yeah.
because I remember talking to you the first time. It seemed like me and Draco were just kind of like, whatever. But me and
Yeah.
Chandler were like,
I don't think I was
yeah.
there that
dude.
day.
You know what?
No, you didn't come along yet.
I think specifically to talk about is we should talk about some of the most funniest shit we've seen on shows. I would say,
On shows.
or like the worst shows we've had. I would say some of the worst shows we've had as a very not popular yet band that has done shows locally is the one at Firehouse Saloon.
I disagree
I heard about
Yeah, that
wholeheartedly.
one was bad.
Which one was bad for you?
The one in San Antonio.
Okay, that was like.
Okay.
That one's top tier shitty show.
Okay, I think it was.
Firehouse
top
was actually
five.
pretty good.
Okay, so at
Really?
San Antonio.
Yeah, I loved Firehouse.
So obviously,
Subs,
I'm
Firehouse
aware
subs,
that
shout out.
we're
Not a sponsor.
we're not a huge band, obviously,
At all.
But you know, I think it's fun to talk about stuff that we've done as a band. But I will say the San Antonio show was kind of rough. But
The aspect outside of the show, but when we just went around and did shit, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really fun.
The show itself sucks.
so
I
we
missed
played.
that. I'm excited
So
for that.
Me too.
so what happened is the promoter was supposed to like promote the show for us, and she didn't do it at all. And so nobody showed up except for the people that were playing and us and the bartenders.
And the bartenders and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
one or two people, and that was it. I will say we've made some cool friends because of that. Shout out to some.
And I still follow them.
Yeah,
through
shout-
Like you played for
Instagram
like
to
20
this day.
people or
No,
Not
we played
even.
to zero. Literally
Less
it
than
was a
zero.
five.
couple. It was like
Oh, wow.
2 or 3.
less than
maybe.
5
Yeah.
people.
It was less than 5 people. But I would say
We still
that-
played though. It was
But I
fun.
would say that wasn't as bad as Firehouse because at least we still had fun. Because Firehouse fucking sucked because, first of all, I was talking about this earlier with Dominique over here. I hate the pay to play type way of getting a show where you have to fucking make a certain amount of ticket sales to get a certain spot or have to do this. It's like, bro, that fucking sucks, man. Like, but I guess.
Do you think everyone's name should just be thrown in a hat and what you get is what you get?
No, I think that if you're like, I think it should be based on. I don't know. I don't really know honestly what it should be based on. I just think that.
It shouldn't be based off that.
I just think that sometimes it hasn't been used in fair usage. So like the Firehouse show, for example, like the guy who was booking the show also played in one of the bands. So you were never gonna get a fair like
Chance to the rest
chance
of us.
to be able to
The
play.
system was rigged.
Like no, I'm saying like think about it, right?
No, I'm with you. I'm just
like
making fun of you.
we sold more tickets than that guy's band, and so what did he do in response to us? He fucking put us after the main act that everybody went to see.
Oh yeah, we got
And
hoed that day.
We got hoed, and then they got mad at us because they were supposed to do an encore set and all this shit, and I was like. I was
Dude,
like,
that's not
sorry,
our
dude.
fault.
It's not our fault. We don't know what the fuck to tell you,
yeah,
bro.
we're just
Wait,
here.
so where was this guy's band in the lineup? Was he the main band?
He was the main band. He was the
no,
second
no,
to
he
the
was
headliner.
second. Yeah.
Second to the
Okay.
headliner. And we sold more tickets than him. And I think he got fucking jelly because then he did that shit to us. Because he had no reason to.
Yeah, they
He
just...
could have just put us before him.
Weren't we supposed to go before them?
That's what they said. That's
But I
what
think it changed last minute.
they had told us.
Yeah.
So whenever they texted us, they said, you're going to go before that band. And then when we got there, they put us after. Whatever the reasoning was, I don't know. But I'm assuming it's because they got fucking jealous and decided to be dicks to us.
You know what this was? I feel like I have Firehouse Saloon, not high up, but high up because it was my first show and kind of like Dominique, it was my first experience as a band and even being on stage, like not at church or something. So I think
Yeah.
that that's very high up there on my list because
Because it was your first.
because it was my first. Because
First.
I remember I remember I was having so much fun and doing the show that, and you can talk about the thing with Draco and the whole thing with the band.
Nah.
I didn't even comprehend any of that because I was at almost such a high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. I don't think.
that's fair. And to be honest, the rest of the shit that happened doesn't even matter anymore.
And we played with what was the band we opened for or we closed for?
Vespertine.
Vespertine. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what? The one thing I will say about them is, I don't care how big of a band you are. I don't care if you sell millions of tickets. Don't be a dick, okay? Because every other band I feel like I've been around, I've always tried to be cool with. Like, oh, how you doing? What do you guys do? Oh,
Well,
yeah, that's
we've-
awesome.
We've
because
made friends because of
no,
Yeah.
you're right. But I'm saying like I feel like that band like always looked, at least for me. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like they looked sideways at us or me and looked down on us because we were down here and they were way up here, and that's
Yeah.
why I've always tried to be like with every other band at least I've met is like we're all here.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think
That's
I
a good way to
noticed
think
that.
about it. I'm glad you're like that.
But like,
Yeah.
dude,
there's
it's
no
just
reason to fight.
yeah,
each
it's
other,
because
you know?
it's like at the end of the day, man, we're all trying to do the same thing. Now I get it; it can be a competition because you're trying to get.
And I don't think
Yeah.
competition is a bad thing, but
Yeah.
we all want the same thing.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you have to act like you're fucking better or whatever, dude. Just be encouraging and then move the fuck on, bro.
Like you're not hot shit. Get out of here.
Like some of the
Neither
bands,
are we, by the
some
way.
of the
Shut
bands that some of the bands that Daniel and I have met through Dog's Tale have been some really good fucking people.
Very good
man.
people, and they make good music.
Like fucking the guys that we met at
Sunday
the
Traffic.
Sunday Traffic, fucking great people. What is the other band? It starts with an A, I think. Amber. I don't know. I can't fucking remember.
Sound it out.
But they
Sound it
fucking-
out.
They fucking we met them at the.
We've met a bunch. I have follow a bunch of bands on Instagram that still like are very
Yeah.
active, and I'm like, good for them, awesome.
It
Or
was-
Redefining Rescue.
Yeah,
They just released
They
a-
were good people.
They're great people. They just released a single called How. It's
I gotta
really
look
good.
this up. I feel bad that I
I
don't
gotta check that
remember.
out.
It's really good. They I remember we met them at White Oak for, was it Dog's Tale?
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Yeah.
Or was it I think it was Dog's Tale. And
We
we met or no, you know what? It was the
Oh,
drive.
it was the drive.
It was the
yeah.
drive. The first time we did White Oak Music Hall, and I met the bass player, and he was so nice. He was like into talking to us and seeing how everything was going and whatever. And then he even gave us some free CDs of their EP. And
I still have that CD.
so do I. I don't listen to the CD because I listen to them on Spotify, but I like their music. They make really good music.
I think it was Pollock.
That-
it was
that
it
does
was
not
the
start
band.
with
Oh
an
no,
A.
you know who it was? It was Albatross Peak.
That's who it was.
It was them. Shout out to Albatross Peak. They're fucking great people. I'm still mad that you guys got kicked out of fucking White Oak that day. That
was
fucking
hilarious.
Wait,
You
what's
know what's
that?
fun?
What's
Okay,
that story?
Okay, tell
okay.
this story.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
All right,
What's up?
so we were okay. So have you ever been to White Oak?
Yes,
Okay, you haven't, huh?
I've been.
I was
outside
I
of
was
it.
thinking the same thing, Chandler. No, she hasn't.
Yes.
I've been
All right.
outside. Okay, to drop
I've
some-
driven.
That
I've
counts.
driven
That
right by
counts.
it.
someone else off at a show there. I haven't been on the inside.
Okay, so all right.
I mean,
So-
I've been to it. I haven't been in it.
I've driven past it.
Technically.
Exactly.
I've been
Fix
several
that.
blocks away from it.
So so I was sitting outside, right? Okay, so this show that we played at, I think it was our last show actually, before we stopped for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So
think it
we
was.
were playing.
You weren't there.
Why, what, in the drive?
No, this is in Dog's Tale.
Oh.
I was like, bitch, you weren't there. I would have remembered that.
So it was
Sorry,
the
Tom.
last show we
No.
have. It's the last show we have done in a while. We were in White Oak. There is which is in Houston for anyone that's not listening to this in Houston, but it's so they have a venue inside and then outside there's a porch, right? And
Which I always go to because it's like my spot.
yeah, and we sit out there and like we were just kind of hanging out
And we
because
were
we were
talking
still
to
waiting
them.
for a show. And we were talking to them. Well, these guys are underage, and they were drinking.
You know, one of them was underage.
One of them was underage, and they went to go. They were drinking out there.
So one of the
And-
guys that was overage went and bought a couple beers or something and
For
brought it
them.
back for the underage kid. And I immediately looked at Chandler and was like, "This is gonna go bad."
Yeah, and sure enough, one of the employees who was working the venue that night came out, saw them, basically got pissed off at them, and kicked them and the entire band out of their show.
Which really sucked because I was looking forward to seeing them.
They got dropped from the show, and they were supposed to play after us.
That's
And I was
it was very upsetting.
and I was so fucking looking forward to it. It
So
was
did y'all get a longer set, or just the
No,
show
it was
the
was
same
done
set.
early?
no, we just played.
we didn't pull like 5
Which-
songs out of our ass.
Which we had a great fucking set that night. A lot of people came out to see us. It was
Semi-packed.
a semi-packed show. It was fun.
It was a fun show.
Shout out to everyone that came, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Keep listening to us. We're still gonna keep putting out music, man,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
for sure. But yeah, dude, it was one of the funnest. It was a fun show, and then that part made me fucking sad. And like, I was like, damn, dude, I can't believe it, because we were looking. It was the first time where Oh no, maybe we played together at
I think we did play with them somewhere else too.
what's the fucking call, man? The stupid disco club.
Numbers.
Nightclub.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. We also played with a band at Numbers called War Within Dreams.
Great band.
Love them.
Check 'em out.
They're a very metal band with this killer chick with this lead vocalist. Girl has a voice on her.
Yeah. The only reason we stayed to watch too, and I'm glad we did, is because
So here, let me tell this story for Chandler. Okay, so we go to Numbers nightclub and we have this show there. Okay, and we're getting all our stuff unpacked and we're getting set up on stage.
this time we actually had been bringing a U-Haul truck instead of 2 cars, so we actually were better-ish prepared.
Yeah, so we get in there. Chandler sets up all of his drums, everything, all of his hi-hats, and I've set up my stuff and everything else. We're good to go. Chandler can't find his seat, his throne. Can't find it.
I left it.
Just
He
squat.
left it at the
Squat.
house. So I had to go talk to one of the other bands that were
drummers.
there, and I had said, hey, is it okay if my drummer uses your throne? And he goes, absolutely, but
You have to let us use your banner
can
holder.
we use your banner for or your stand for our banner? And I said, okay, well, I guess this is the only way. Chandler's not going to have to stand and drum, so sure.
So,
And I
yeah.
basically was between a rock and a hard place. So you're welcome, Chandler.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. And I was so mad that I left it, but it's fine
It
because
was
of
on
that.
him, wasn't on me. I had to make the deal.
And we had to stick around
the best
till
deal.
almost 11, and it's fine. But like, because of that though, we got to see War Within Dreams. And
I really like their music.
fucking great band. Really
I'm
good
warning you
band.
now, it's metal.
It's
Screamo metal.
It's fucking. I would say it's more like deathcore, but yeah,
Well, yeah. I meant Screamo as in,
he doesn't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's
either.
not very smart.
Yeah, I'm
not very
a
smart either.
dope. But it was a lot of fun meeting all those nice, other bands and being able to talk with them and hang out with them, and
Fuck yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
it's very cool.
We've met some really cool people, and we're not a fucking huge band, but like, I think at some point I would like to also like if you guys, when you guys listen to this, if you guys want us to shout you out, bro, send us some shit so we can talk about your new records and stuff.
yeah.
We want to hear it. We want to hear your new shit, Houston. It's time to get the rock community back into the fucking front.
Even if you're not from Houston, send us your music.
Shout out to Days, who's been fucking killing it since day one.
Yeah.
They have.
Bro, we met them when they were just like a smaller time band at this fucking really tiny place called Super Happy Funland. Cool venue, weird as shit. Not a lot of people know about it.
It's very interesting.
now-
It's like a Tim Burton
Super
horror
happy.
movie.
And
It
now,
is.
Land, of course.
and now Days has been like fucking killing, bro. They out here doing shit. Shout out to them. They fucking hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Shout out to Blue Fire Horizons. They're a metal band, Christian metal band from Wisconsin. I was in a band shortly with their guitarist. Metal, but good music.
Shout out to Takeover.
Hey.
Shout out to
the band that hasn't gotten together in 5 years. Yeah.
shout out to Pipe Dream, bro. If you hear this, shout out. I was listening to your record the other day. Kind of fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
Really into it. Yeah, you should look it up. It's called
I follow them.
their band. I can't remember the name of their record, but they have a song in there that I really fucking get behind. It's very, I would say it's like shoegaze now that I kind of understand what that is, but it's very vibey, like hipster weed music, and it's cool as fuck. And I get behind it.
There's
Shout out.
also a band I
It's
follow.
popular.
There's also a band I follow on Instagram. I'm not sure if we've ever met them. I feel like I don't know if we have, but they're called 54 Reasons. They just have you
Yeah.
heard of them?
Yeah.
They just came out with a music video, and they like filmed their whole like process of behind the scenes of how they did it.
Yeah.
It was very
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Coast and Bay. Y'all been fucking killing it out there. Can't wait to hear some more music.
Very exciting, y'all.
It's nice to hear pop punk is still well and alive in the Houston fucking scene.
They're a band I really do like, Coast and Bay. I like them.
Yeah, they're cool.
Very cool.
Sorry I didn't join your band.
They're I think it's their bass player. He's got dreadlocks, and he's just like whipping it back and forth while he's playing. Love it.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Coast and Bay.
Yeah.
I think I followed them.
They're cool. They're cool.
Good music.
Probably gonna look them up.
Great
Check their
music.
stuff out.
Yeah.
54 Reasons too. Cool.
Very
Sorry.
cool.
Sorry I kind of didn't join the band.
I think it's very cool the way they shot their music video. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like professional, but it looks top tier. Looks great.
Yeah, it is cool, man.
Looks very good.
It is cool. They're good people. I've talked to both of them.
There's a lot of good people out there with that we just want to make music and branch out and make connections and form some sort of militia of bands to rule the world.
Yeah, look, and that's what this podcast ultimately at the end of the day is what it's all about. Let's get some people. Let's fucking talk to you. Hey, if you want to come on this podcast, let's fucking get you on here. We'll interview you, bro. Like, I want to really get the Houston music scene, the rock Houston music scene, back to the forefront again. Let's fucking, I don't know if it's ever actually been out, but let's fucking get them, let's fucking get it out there, you know?
Absolutely.
Let's keep pushing some of these newer bands. I think it'd be really fucking cool. Tom, what are you doing? Anique, what are you doing?
Are you
I was
Googling?
looking up the bands that y'all were talking about.
She's looking up
Checking
porn.
them out.
Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the wall.
Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to
Shout out to
fellow
my
podcaster Andrew Green, who talks about a plethora of other stuff as well as
Yeah.
music. He's a
Shout
very
out
good guy.
to,
Shout out to solo artists because that
shout
shit
out
is
to
hard.
solo artists,
That
bro.
shit's hard. Yeah, probably because you're solo. Maybe get a band.
Shout out to this microphone.
Fucking nerds.
Shout out to everyone. Shout out to my neighbor.
Shout out to the fly that just landed on my head.
Shout-
What the fuck?
oh man. Well,
All right, people.
all right, bros. It was another good podcast.
Till next time.
Fucking see you later. Bye.
See y'all.